All right, let's get into it. Today we're talking about a powerful tool that's been making this silent comeback in the super fast-paced world of AI. It's a really cool story, all about speed, access, and an unsung hero that's stepping back into the spotlight.
So that kind of begs the question, right? In this constant race for the next big thing, do we sometimes forget about the powerful, reliable tools we already have? Maybe the answer to one of our biggest modern problems has been hiding in plain sight all along.
Okay, so first things first. To really get why this comeback is such a big deal, you have to understand the problem it's solving. And it all boils down to one simple thing: the absolute relentless need for speed in AI development.
I mean, the world of AI moves at a dizzying pace. Researchers, developers, they need to be able to test out new ideas, check if their theories hold water, and tweak their algorithms basically on the fly. Heavy, clunky software just gets in the way. It slows everything down and becomes this major bottleneck for innovation.
So if you look at the old way of doing things, it was just slow and expensive. You had these costly licenses that were a huge barrier for a lot of people, and the software itself was so resource-heavy it just made trying new things a total crawl. What developers really need today is the complete opposite, right? We're talking free tools, super rapid testing, and a development cycle that's actually agile.
And that, right there, is where the star of our show comes in. This is a tool that's actually been around for a while, but it is just perfectly built for the challenges we're facing today. So let's talk about GNU Octave.
So what is it? Well, at its core, GNU Octave is a total powerhouse for number crunching. It's a free, open-source language that was built from the ground up for complex calculations. It's especially, and I mean especially good at handling matrices, which, as you know, are the fundamental building blocks for so many AI and machine learning algorithms.
Honestly, the best way to wrap your head around it is this quote right here. Think of it as a scientific calculator on steroids. It's not for doing your simple math homework. It's a full-blown mathematical playground where you can test out incredibly complex ideas and simulate models, all without the bloat and baggage of those bigger platforms.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but how are people actually using this in the real world? Let's jump into a few practical examples to see how this thing becomes an essential part of an AI developer's workflow. First up is signal processing. Just think for a second about what's happening behind the scenes when your smart assistant recognizes your voice or your phone spots a face in a photo. Octave's incredible strength with matrix operations makes it the perfect tool for quickly simulating and testing the really complex algorithms that make all that magic happen. And then there's neural networks. Building one is a massive commitment, not just of time, but of serious computing power. So before you hit go on a training session that could literally take days, Octave lets you test out the core concepts, things like the network's basic structure or its activation functions, but on a much smaller, manageable scale. It saves a ton of time and money.
So much of AI is just optimization. It's all about finding those perfect little settings, the hyperparameters that make a model really perform. While Octave gives you this really nimble environment where you can prototype and test all these different techniques to help you find the best solution, way faster.
And finally, we have validation. This is absolutely critical. Before an AI model gets rolled out into the real world, whether that's in medicine or finance or engineering, you have got to be 100% certain its underlying math is solid. And Octave's reputation for being numerically accurate makes it a go-to choice for this super important step. But here's the thing. Octave's big comeback isn't just about its code. A huge part of this story is the community that's built up around it. This isn't some solo act, it's a global collaboration, and that's what makes it so powerful. See, because Octave is open source, it's got this amazing, vibrant community that's constantly making it better. And that's led to things like seamless integrations with other massive AI tools. We're talking Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch. It creates this amazing culture of sharing and innovation, where everybody is building on each other's work to make things better, faster. And what you get is this powerful feedback loop, this innovation cycle. Community contributions lead to better integrations. Those integrations make rapid prototyping in Octave possible. And from there, developers can move on to full-scale production deployment with a ton of confidence. It's a cycle that perfectly bridges that gap between having a great idea and turning it into a real-world application.
So let's just zoom out for a second. What does all this really mean for the future of AI? Well, the impact here is way bigger than just one piece of software. It's about something much more fundamental.
0. That's the number right there.
And that's the cost to get your hands on these cutting-edge tools. Think about what that means. When something this powerful is totally free, it's a complete game changer. It means a student in their dorm room, a researcher at a small university, or some innovator tinkering in their garage, they all get access to the exact same level of prototyping tools as a massive corporation. That's huge.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? This is all about democratizing innovation. When you remove those financial barriers, anyone with a good idea can experiment freely. It means open-source platforms like Octave aren't just tagging along for the future of AI. They are actively, powerfully shaping it.
Which leaves us with a final, really exciting thought. When the tools for creation are literally in everyone's hands, the possibilities are just limitless. The next massive AI breakthrough might not come from some billion-dollar lab. It might come from an open, collaborative community. The only real question left is, what's it going to be?